Kansas goes on the road to Texas, two teams that are 4-0. Couple of questions that need to be asked about this one. I'll be on the call. Very much looking forward to being there alongside Sean McDonough and Molly McGrath. Kansas has an excellent secondary. Really good. We know that Texas has elite wide receivers, elite weapons, really all over the place. Whittington's elite on third down. Just a really solid, reliable target. A.D. Mitchell has great length and speed and has created some deep balls down the field. Xavier Worthy is just an incredible freak as far as get the ball in his hands, let him run, let him win downfield, route running. Just a great weapon in the passing game. You add in Sanders at tight end, and you got everything that you could possibly want there for Texas as they take the field. But I do think that this Kansas secondary, Kobe Bryant and others, this is a group that's really good. I do think it's going to be a question. Can Kansas kind of eliminate the big plays and put some pressure on Quinn Ewers? Kansas is different up front this year. They have not been very good defensively the last couple of years, but you go back and you watch this group compared to last year's group. Devin Phillips, big addition on the interior. They have two other transfers that are playing along the defensive line. They're all playing pretty high-level football, which is resulting in a bunch of tackles for loss and a bunch of sacks and a bunch of pressure on the opposing quarterback. So can they put some pressure on Quinn Ewers? Another big question. Can Texas get off to a decent start at home? I mean, goodness gracious alive. I mean, Steve Sarkisian even joked in his Monday press conference, like, should we just have our fans make a lot of noise to make it feel like a road environment? Because the two games on the road, they've been lights out in both in Tuscaloosa and Baylor. But the two games at home, it's been slow starts. It's been a little sloppy. They've had some pre-snap infractions. I'm not sure what the deal is. So that, I think, is worth noting, because if Kansas is in this game early, and the longer this game goes, the more pressure there's going to be on Texas, knowing what's at stake for them to potentially chase a championship for the first time in a really long time. This game's going to come down to two things more significantly than anything else: third down and red zone. So far, Texas, they've had 16 trips inside the opponent's 20-yard line. They have just 8 touchdowns. They have 6 field goals. They did miss a 26-yard field goal last week at Baylor, but only Cincinnati and Baylor have a worse percentage in the Big 12 when it means turning red zone penetrations into touchdowns. So they got to be really good in the red zone offensively. But the good news is for Texas, their defense has been elite for the opposing offense in the red zone. They're number 2 in all of college football on that side of the ball. So that will be significant. And the other thing too, third downs. Texas right now is struggling on third down. Now, their offense has had some great moments this year. We know that, creating big plays, doing some big things. They're converting just 37% of their third down attempts. That's 92nd out of 130 in the FBS. And then on the other side, Kansas, they are number 1 in the country when it comes to third down conversions, 60.5%. So that'll be now Kansas's defense, not as good on third down. Texas's defense, really good on third down. They've gotten up just 18 of 59. That's 30%. They're 18th in college football and have also forced 7 turnovers on third down as well. So I think that will be something that's really mindful. Obviously, third down, obviously red zone. Can they pressure Quinn Ewers? And can that Kansas secondary, arguably the strength of the entire team outside of their quarterback, Jalen Daniels, can they lock down, to an extent, this Texas wide receiver core that's deep and very versatile?